Good evening. Welcome to Limburg Schools Board of Education regular meeting number 1515. We'll call to order now. Dr. Lake, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We do not.
May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Motion by Kathy Lorenz. Second by Jennifer Miller. We'll do a roll call vote as we've been doing with the virtual meetings. Christy Watts?
Yes.
Karen Schuster?
Yes.
Matt Alonso?
Yes.
Kathy Lorenz?
Yes.
Jennifer Miller?
Yeah.
Mike Tishless?
Yeah.
Okay, passes 7-0. We will move now to our Pledge of Allegiance. So as you're able to do, I guess we will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, just so everyone knows, in order to meet St. Louis County guidelines, we are meeting in a socially distanced environment with cabinet and board members who are present here. But in order to reduce the spread of COVID-19, this meeting is also conducted once again using Zoom and streaming online via the district's YouTube channel. And we don't have anyone else present at the meeting at this time. So we'll move to 4.0, which is special recognitions. Those continue to be on hold. We will resume those when in-person meetings resume, when we're able to welcome guests back to the meeting and when guidelines allow us to do so. 5.0, individual resolutions. I see that we have none, if I'm correct. So we'll move to 6.0, citizen comments. We're not able to have citizens present at our meeting, which is noted in board docs. We are taking comments via email to boe@limburgschools.ws. And those comments that are forwarded to us will be answered in writing as they come in and after this meeting is concluded. 7.0, communications, calendar of events. Mr. Secretary, will you please review the calendar of events?
Yep. So our offices continue to be closed on Fridays through July 31st. Summer school will be ending at the high school on, July 23rd. And elementary and middle school summer school ends on August the 7th. Our Limburg Teacher Institute will be held on August 10th through the 13th. And then we'll be back again for another board meeting on August the 11th.
All right, thank you, Matt. 7.02 is our report of meetings, and this is the time where board members have the opportunity to report on any parent group, state, or other meetings they've attended since our last board meeting. So does anybody have any highlights or information they would like to share? I see Christy's preparing. Yes, go ahead.
So Mike and I attended the MSBA's summer conference or summit, whatever. And it was virtual. And so they started off with all of the people who would have a lot of information about COVID and a disease specialist, Dr. Albudo, and talk to us about those. That was kind of the general session. And then we were able to break out into other sessions and speakers. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of things I thought were pretty neat. One thing they talked about, one of the social emotional issues is one that I attended. And the person who presented was phenomenal. She was really exceptional. And so she talked about the principals connecting with the kids before they start school. So I'm glad we talked about that earlier in the workshop and how important that is. And then I also attended the technology part, which technology and me don't always go well. But they talked about the commissioner asked us to talk with state representatives on creating digital parks within the area. And so a digital park is a place where it's a building and they expand their Wi-Fi and students could go sit in the parking lot or here in the central office we did, they could go sit in the grass, obviously socially distancing, not having the whole class together, but asking the community to jump in and help create these digital parks. I thought it was a great idea. So this morning I met with Mayor Pat for Sunset Hills, and she's already set up a digital park for us. And it's the parking lot right outside of the pool. And so that area, they just expanded their Wi-Fi. And so she'll put it in her the Sunset Hills newsletter. And then I don't know if we want to try to communicate something like that as well. But Aaron Kelly and I step up, we've partnered together on this. We're going to try and hit Prescott as well and see if there's a municipal building. Libraries are perfect. And so we're going to call the libraries and see if they'll expand the Wi-Fi as well. So if we did have to go into phase 3, our students could go somewhere and find accessible Wi-Fi. And Mike, did you have anything that you gained from
Well,
the
I mean,
conference?
just, I'm always glad to hear, like, on that discussion on reentry. Again, it sounds like Limburg is doing all the right things, that were discussed. That is engaging the community, by creating a task force, by, hearing people out, by following, county health guidelines and so forth. What was described is basically, the best way to go about researching it, and implementing reentry is what we've been on this path. And I was really felt glad to know that coming out of that. So, the only other thing too, I want to mention, I just found out about a week ago that Eddie Polster, who many of us know, who's been with MSBA for 7 years, and she is has been our St. Louis Regional Executive Committee liaison with MSBA. Patty has been a valuable resource, advisor, guide for what we're doing in our region. So she is moving on. She has taken on a position with another school district, and she'll be replaced at least temporarily with Janet Tilley, who some of us might know, who has been with the MSBA herself. So hopefully that will provide some consistency as we move forward and begin discussing what Region 7 will be doing in terms of reaching out and seeking to, collaborate with our school districts within our region. So we've been discussing this. But other than that,
All right. And for those who didn't know or didn't join us, we did have a workshop preceding this where we had extensive information about the reopening, and a lot of that will be coming in the next few weeks. And you'll have an abundance of information. There's monumental work being done. So look for that to be coming forward. Okay, 7.03 announcements. We have an exciting announcement. One of our own board members, Christy Watts, has received the master's certification from MSBA. And that's not for nothing. I did look it up, which I should know it already, but it requires fulfillment of essential and advanced levels. Achieving master's certification also you must accumulate 40 hours of training credit, read 2 books related to school board service, attend 2 MSBA meetings within the year, write a brief reflection paper that connects the subjects they have studied to the governance practices of our own school district that they serve. So it's not nothing. So that's a great accomplishment. So congratulations on that. Krista takes her board membership very seriously. So, thank you.
I think we have a couple other masters too, don't we? Previous to Jen.
Yeah. Jen, Mike.
I might think.
Yeah.
Which you're going to get.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pulled out the distinguished card.
By next meeting, or should we give us a few meetings? Okay, we'll give you a few meetings for that. But congratulations again on that. That's an accomplishment for sure. 7.04 reviewing of the upcoming Board of Education agendas. Mr. Secretary.
Yeah, so at our next meeting on Tuesday, August the 11th, we will be hearing an assessment of technology service presentation. We'll also be reviewing setting the 2021 tuition rate. And then we have some adoption of some board policies in there. 2021 of some board policies in there.
Thank you very much. Then we'll move to 7.05, Board of Education member appointments. We do have one. And you just heard the report from both Christy and Mike regarding an MSBA meeting. So that would be having them continue the great service they've done as our delegate and alternate. So Christy Watts as the delegate and Mike Tishis as the alternate for liaisons to the MSBA. So I believe we have to vote on that. So I just need a motion for that. Karen? Second by Matt. So roll call vote, Christy?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes. Yes.
Jen? Is a yes if you didn't hear? Mike?
Yeah.
7-0. So thank you again for that service. You guys do a wonderful job, and I think we're thankful that you're going to continue in those roles for sure. 7.06, I'm sorry, the MSBA report. We are not currently showing that during our virtual meetings, but we invite you to click on the link on Board Docs to view this month's report. A lot of information about school reopening and current information about things that are affecting schools in the state of Missouri. So we encourage you to click on that. 8.0 special reports. 8.01 cabinet updates. Joelle, no facilities, right? Do you have a finance?
Finance, we have prior to every board meeting. So yes, last Thursday, our finance committee met, and we actually, since we had a meeting on the 30th to close out books for last fiscal year, we went over the budget, closed the books for this year, and everything that is on the agenda for this evening.
Okay, thank you. Brian, Human Resources?
HR did not meet in July, but we'll resume our meetings in August.
Okay, thank you. And Tara, I believe you guys have not met, so you'll resume in August, right? With
August and September, depending on the.
Okay,
on
with
the
teaching and learning, technology, student life.
Correct.
And 8.02 curriculum update, I believe we have no reports there as well. So
Also correct.
we'll move on to 9.0, which is action items by consent. Under that, we have items 9.01 to 9.13. So I'll ask, would anyone like to remove any of those items for individual consideration? Okay, hearing none. May I have a motion to approve action items 9.01 through 9.13 as presented by consent?
So moved.
Motion by Kathy, second by Jen, and we'll again do a roll call vote. Christy?
Yes.
Mike Shamia, yes. I believe I'm forgetting to vote, right? Count me as a yes for all of these. So. Yeah. Just count me as a yes until you hear otherwise. So Karen?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, 7-0 on that voted. Individual action items, we have 10.01, which is the lease transaction resolution. I think that's Joelle, correct?
Yes, it is. You have in your board agenda information. I gave an item overview on how long we've been working on this energy savings project in the district. It started back in 2019, and the action you're seeing happen in the buildings this summer is a big part of those energy improvements at all sites. So this portion of it, last board meeting, you gave us approval to go forward with financing of the Esco improvements. If you'll recall, the Esco improvements are partially supported by our energy savings. So you don't get energy savings today. It takes years to earn it. So as we earn it over the next 15 years, we will be using that to pay off our upfront cost. So this document today is to authorize us to, just like a bond, COPS will go out to the public market for sale. We'll do the sale and we'll put that money in the bank and fund that project. So this is a resolution authorizing us to move forward.
Okay, everyone was provided a chance to review that resolution. So can I have a motion to approve the resolution? Karen, second by Mike. Roll call vote. Mike, yes. Christy?
Yes.
All right. Karen?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yeah.
Jen?
Yeah.
And Mike? Okay, 7-0 on that vote as well. Then we have 10.02, which is our contractual agreement between Limburg Schools and BSI Constructors, and I think that's Joel again, right?
Yes, unless Dr. Lake wants to comment.
Interject, yeah.
Yeah, and this is another one that's been in the works for a long, long time. And so this is an exciting one to bring to the board. And the next step, as you know, we worked over the last 6 months, 7 months, looking at contractors for our high school projects. Last month, we shared that bid information with the board, and you recommended a vendor for that contractor. And this is the next step where we will actually approve the contract with that vendor so that they can proceed. To give us the go, we'll start meeting with them on Thursday and more action in the district as far as construction.
All right, that's exciting news for sure. So we did meet on this previously, and everyone's had a chance to review. So I do need a motion to improve the contract agreement between Limburg Schools and BSI Constructors.
Second.
Motion by Matt, second by Christie. So roll call vote again. Mike is a yes. Christie, yes. Karen?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. 7-0, that passes. That's exciting news. Long time coming. Can't wait to see the progress for sure. Congratulations on that. 11.0 reports. For the record, we have none for this meeting. We'll move to 12.0, which is citizen comments regarding non-agenda items. So normally citizens who attend the meeting have an opportunity to comment on non-agenda items at this time. But since we have no citizens in attendance, you can email your comments again to boe@limburgschools.ws, and we will respond in writing after the conclusion of the meeting. 13.0, we've held executive session already, so at this point we can move to a recess. If I have a motion from anyone for adjournment. Jen, and seconded by Mike. So this is always a roll call vote. So Mike is a yes. Christie?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yes.
Okay, passes 7-0. So Limburg School Board of Education regular meeting number 1515 is now adjourned, and I thank everyone out there for joining.